There are so many events here at Winter Tour, but one of the highlights of the spring season is Point to Point. Tell us a little bit about the event itself.
It is the start of the spring season, and it's our largest annual fundraiser here. So it's a very important event for Winter Tour. It really encompasses about 30 acres of our 1,000-acre property that is open to the community, to all of our guests year-round. But this day is really very special because we bring about 15,000 people here, not only to see the horses, but also to introduce them to Winter Tour and the gorgeous grounds and the rolling countryside.
Now, with 15,000 people attending one event, talk to us a little bit about what they do as part of the day, because there are many activities. It's not just one event when you talk about Point to Point.
It isn't. It is a steeplechase race, and that's certainly that's the event that brings them here. But there are about 20 different events here. So we have anything from canines. We have the dogs, not just equines. We have canine capers. We have stick horse races. We have pony rides. We have pony races, and we have the tailgating. And it's just the getting together, and it's just the having a picnic in the countryside for the day. So there are, in addition, we have the Winter Tour Hunt. So we have about 12 different community organizations that come in and they meet our guests and they bring added value in crafts and games and giveaways for the day. So it's really a festival atmosphere.
There's also the carriage parade.
There is, and there's also the antique car display, the antique Rolls Royces. So there's so many different components, and like I said, it spreads over about 30 acres. So it's widespread. It's from parking areas to the tailgate areas to the track to the activity areas to the carriage parade. So there's a lot of ground to cover here, no pun.
When you're talking about 30 acres and 15,000 people and you're working to communicate a message to them, because this is a fundraiser for you, talk to us about the connection that you have with Brandywine Electronics and why it's so important to have audio in place for an event of this size.
Well, I've done it. This was just my past 15th year doing Point to Point. So I've had the pleasure of working with them the entire time. And certainly, we are, because it's so spread out and it is an outdoor event, there are additional challenges. This is not in a contained room. This is not in an auditorium that might have some other audio or acoustic surrounds. This is out in the open. So in order to make things clear, in order to make things cover so everybody can hear that needs to hear that without it being intrusive, that's the delicate balance, and that's what we always work with BEL on. So they've been very successful because they're still here.
In addition to that, they've also worked on performances with the Delaware Symphony that were held outdoors. Talk to us a little bit about that, because when you think of a symphony space, you think of the acoustics, but when you have something like that outdoors, it becomes much more challenging.
Exactly. Similar to Point, the stage was erected on the grounds here, and you have 60 to 100 musicians out there. And, just to get those right notes and to make sure that all of that sound is projected in a way that you think that you're inside, but you are surrounded by the stars, by the moon. It was gorgeous. And it just, the way that the sound came off the hills, it was pretty magical.
Thanks so much, Jill.
Thank you.